I got over.
When gospel singing icon Mahalia Jackson came back to New Orleans and joined the Eureka Brass Band's second line in Congo Square on a bright April day in 1970, few people could have imagined what was about to begin in the field where I'm standing right now. With roughly 350 people in attendance and around 10 musical performances, this would be the start of Jazz Fest, also called the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. The concept was designed by George Wine, who had a specific vision in mind. A large daytime fair with multiple stages featuring a wide variety of indigenous music styles, food booths of Louisiana cuisine, and arts and crafts booths, along with an evening concert series. Since its conception, it has exploded to include 10+ large and distinct stages showcasing performers from around the world with booths serving local Louisiana cuisine. Because let's be real, no other city could host this type of cultural festival like New Orleans. It's easily the cultural capital of the U.S. with no real competition. George Wine also said that this festival could take place in New Orleans because here and only here is America's richest musical heritage. This whole spectacle, though, was very close to never coming into existence. In 1962, Wine and a few other city elites discussed starting a festival, but collectively decided that neither the South nor the city were ready for a jazz fest. Racism and segregationist ideologies from the Jim Crow era were very rampant in New Orleans at the time. In fact, they still had a city ordinance that forbid black and white musicians from playing together. 1962. They had tried again in 1965, but racial tension was even more on the rise, which led to another failed attempt at a festival spearheaded by a local attorney. In 1967, another attempt was made to get George Wine to design an epic festival. This time, it would be for the city of New Orleans' 250-year celebration. Upon a sudden discovery that George Wine's wife was a black woman, the offer was retracted and someone else was appointed to spearhead the project called the International Jazz Fest. That vision barely survived 2 years before it was deemed not profitable. Then Wine was contacted again to bring this vision to life, regardless of who he was married to. A highly motivated Wine was dedicated to protecting the heritage and culture of Louisiana. Wine decided to start building from the bottom up, and he revamped the International Jazz Fest into New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. Now, over 50 years later, Jazz Fest has become a major event in the state that attracts thousands of visitors and generates millions of dollars in revenue for the city it loves and showcases. Put Jazz Fest on your bucket list and follow us while we rock out on Louisiana Dread.
You know my soul, back and wonder how I made it over.